Exodus 14:13, Moses gave the Israelites an instruction that would be life-changing for them if they would follow it: to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. New King James Version. They had been slaves in Egypt for 400 years, and freedom was finally within reach. Pharaoh had reluctantly let the people go into the wilderness, and God had told Moses to lead them to the promised land, a land filled with many good things. The good life they had longed for awaited them, but there was a problem. Pharaoh let them go, but he sent his army after them, and the Red Sea blocked their path forward. They were in a situation they could not get out of without divine intervention. The Red Sea was in front of them, and the Egyptian army was behind them. They were ready to return to Egypt because they thought their only other option was to die in the wilderness. Trusting God to intervene on their behalf did not occur to them. Often when we see a situation that appears impossible, we are ready to do what they were going to do: run. And Moses said to the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall see again no more forever. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace." And the Lord said to Moses, "Why do you cry to me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward." Exodus 14:13-15, New King James Version. These verses remind us that our battles belong to the Lord and show us how to let him fight them for us. First, we cannot run away from problems. We have to stand and face them. And second, we also have to move toward them in faith, trusting God to help us overcome them. "Don't run away, go forward" is a perfect picture of courage. To go forward when you feel afraid is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, problems, or seemingly impossible obstacles, but going forward when you feel afraid, believing God will be with you as you keep moving toward your goal. The problem of running is not a new one. The Bible is filled with stories of people who ran, but interestingly, I have found that God always brought them back to the places they ran from. You see, we conquer nothing by running away. The message of Exodus 14:13-15 is profound and actually gives us the answer to many of life's problems. Don't run, but stand still, stay calm, and then go forward when God leads you, and he will fight for you. As the Israelites followed the advice God gave them through Moses, he did the impossible. He parted the Red Sea, and the people walked through it on dry ground. But when the Egyptian army followed, the sea closed up over them and they all drowned. Nothing is impossible with God. Disobedience never leads us to the miracle-working power of God, but obedience does. Moses ran from Egypt when someone saw him kill an Egyptian in an effort to help his people. But after 40 years in the wilderness, God sent him back to Egypt. He had to return to the place he ran from in order to fulfill God's purpose for him. See Acts 7:23-36. Hagar ran from her mistress, Sarah, and God told her to go back to her and submit to her control. See Genesis 16:8-9. At first glance, this could seem very unfair. After all, Sarah mistreated Hagar, but we must not forget that Hagar had a wrong attitude toward Sarah. We frequently see what others do to us as wrong, but we don't see what we may also be doing wrong. We want to run from our discomfort and pain, but God keeps us there until we see our part in the problem and let him help us correct our behavior. Most of the things we run from are the very tools God has chosen to use to help us mature. Elijah ran from Jezebel and hid in the wilderness, but when he finally met with God, he was told to get back to work. He could not be God's prophet if he was a coward. See 1 Kings 19:1-16. Jonah ran from God's call and found himself in a terrible mess. He cried out to God and was delivered, but he had to go back and complete the assignment he had refused to do. See Jonah 1-3. King David ignored his sin of adultery with Bathsheba and the murder of her husband for at least a year. But God sent Nathan the prophet to